I like that Matt got his new intro. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 2 of Intel Live on this amazing day, January 18th, 2024. The day after my birthday, Alex. We are here. So yeah, this is it. This is my post-birthday celebration hanging out with you guys. How's that sound?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, man. It's great. You look great for 33, man. How do you do it? What is your secret? Please let us know. How did you were able to keep your hair? Please tell me. I really need that one.
No kidding, but it's so good to have everybody here. We have a great show for you today. We are going to be checking out the MSI Prestige 16 AI EVO and talking about that, showing you an actual Meteor Lake laptop, showing you actually some stuff that's actually running on the NPU as well, because they actually do use the NPU for this. And then we're going to give you like the whole rundown of that. We're going to talk about what happened at the Xbox Developer Direct 2024 that happened yesterday. And then lastly, we're playing an actually pretty incredible game, which is not out yet, but we're giving away 9 copies, right? Isn't that what we're doing, Sarah? We're giving away 9 copies of Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. It's a brand new RPG game coming out from Sega and the team. It is an RPG at its core. I've played it for about 40 minutes, and it is pretty awesome. I'm actually very excited to show this off because I was not ready for what was the epicness that was this game. So pretty cool. I'm very excited about that as well. So it's going to be a really great show. Sarah, are you there? I'm just going to make sure I didn't mute you. Okay, good.
Nope, I'm here.
Okay, good. So Sarah's there.
So
we're giving away 9 copies of the game, right? We're giving away
even
4
my copy
on Discord, 4 on Intel Twitch, and 1 on Robeytech Twitch. So you'll want to basically be kind of in every place, and mine will be near the end of the show. So super happy to have you guys here and hanging out. Should be a really good show. And I'm excited to have you guys live. Alex, how was your week? What was happening?
Actually,
how was your week overall?
My week went really well. I was catching up on all the stuff at work, but I also got a bunch of different things to show you guys. Actually, I'm gonna look. I installed another camera, allegedly. Yes, and then I have another camera over here.
Look at you! You're becoming like a pro streamer now. He's got a top-down camera, so he can show off the Meteor Lake stuff and all that sort of thing. So that should be super cool.
Yeah.
So, but it's been a good week, yeah?
It's been a great week. I mean, your birthday's been busy, and I mean, we're back on it, so I'm pretty excited. Yeah, and actually, was spent quite some time for the show today, so it's pretty cool. Pretty happy.
Nice,
I'm pretty happy with all you guys and with you, Robey. I mean, this week was big. Your birthday, man. Not every day.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I just came back from Taipei, which was actually really crazy. I was there for a whopping 48 hours. Flew out there to hang out with Lee and Lee as part of their digital expo. Guys, we have some really incredible stuff that we're going to be able to show you that's coming out of Lee and Lee. We got to see pretty much their product stack for 2024. So got to fly out there, got to celebrate my birthday essentially twice because it's January 19th there. So it was like the 17th, and then it was the 17th in Taipei, and then it was the 17th in the US. And so I got like double the birthday, and I got to hang out with the team at Lee and Lee. They got me a cake. They took me to Chinese food. I tried pig intestines and some really great. Never done that before, so it was actually pretty cool. And then I got to check this out, Alex, $30 million car collection. $30 million in Ferraris, McLarens, and Porsches. Got to touch a $2.5 million Ferrari LaFerrari. And
you said a Ferrari?
It was, dude, it was so cool. So, with the place where we were essentially shooting was really neat in terms of
Nice.
getting to check this stuff out. So it was pretty cool. There was pictures I dropped in my Discord, but it was a really cool, really cool experience, and it was neat to get to do that with Pedro from PCMR, and then I got to do it with GGF Custom Stuart. So I'm hoping someday we can actually have Stuart on the show because I'd love to do a custom water cool build with that guy. Super talented, and that would be pretty crazy. And to all of you January birthday people, happy birthday! A lot of people finding out that they had birthdays as well. But yeah, it was a good show. Sarah, what do we got? What else we got going on for January? Just real quick before we jump into Developer Direct, we got any other announcements that's over on the Intel side, competitions, all that sort of stuff, or pretty much business as usual?
No, we are working on some fun competitions. I'm waiting on just kind of some final dates, but there's definitely going to be some challenges coming. I know we're going to have some more Intel builds coming in the next couple of weeks, so look out for that. Um, and yeah, more and more giveaways. I mean, guys, we're trying to stay on the cutting edge of all of these game launches. So, especially you guys can see today, we're going to show you some gameplay of game that's not even out yet.
Yeah, this game comes out January 25th. So you guys are getting an early preview of essentially a game that's, you know, we're almost a week ahead of when the launch is, which is actually really cool. Yeah. So excited to give you guys a chance to kind of check that out as well. It should be good. But let's kick things off with some of the news for January 2024. I think Microsoft did it right. They came out with their Developer Direct, which one of the things I actually really like about their Developer Direct series is that this is news directly from the developer. So unlike when you essentially you watch like something like the Game Awards or whatever it was, this is an opportunity for the developers to get excited, and then everybody that you see on the show was all directly from the people actually making the games, which is actually pretty cool. We'll go through and kind of start playing the video as we go through this. I promise you we're not going to take 45 minutes to go through this. We have a lot to show today, but I wanted to bring this up while we're talking, so you guys are seeing the video, and you can check this out at Xbox's YouTube channel and all that sort of stuff if you want to see more about the games that we're going to talk about today. But Alex, let's kick it off. What of the 5 titles, which was kind of a surprise because everybody thought they were only going to talk about 4, what of the 5 titles ended up being like your most exciting one, your most special one?
For this show, or for the ones that we're going to talk about right now?
No, for the show, for the Developer Direct, for the Xbox Developer Direct. What was your most excited?
Okay, so the most exciting one about is Indiana Jones, and the reason being is because one of the things that got me into playing a bunch of pretty much introduced me to LucasArts films and LucasArts Studios on the video games was TIE Fighter, was X-Wings, and it was Indiana Jones and the Search of Atlantis. So those were like very, very dear to me. Those were awesome games. I love that. And I really want to see this game because unfortunately for me, the last 2 movies were not of my liking. Yeah. That's a personal opinion. So I'm really hoping that this game definitely brings back the Indiana Jones that we know and that we all love. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. I thought it was pretty awesome.
I'm gonna go way back, way back. So does anybody remember? I actually think Indiana Jones is really, really good for video games. So there was a game way back in the day, probably one of my favorite point-and-click adventure games called Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. So I mean, there's just something about just that. It was actually done by using the Scum engine, which is the same guys who did like Dig, Dig, Monkey Island, all those other ones like
Monkey Island, Bloom, all those were awesome
ones from a while ago, and back when LucasArts used to do these things. But like Indiana Jones, this gives me Shadow of the Tomb Raider vibes for sure, right? Like This feels like Tomb Raider, but Indiana Jones with all of the same like the whip and all that sort of stuff. I was surprised at the first person perspective versus third person, but I mean, like, again, very, very excited to give this a go. This was definitely the one I got most excited about as well. Not to say that the other games didn't look great, but I feel like this one was like a bit of a surprise. And the fact that they're using Harrison Ford as the motion actor, I don't know if the voice was Harrison Ford. I don't know if
It's okay. It's okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, it's great to see him again, and one of the things, and this is me just making, not making, but like speculating, is I wonder if the reason they did it first person is because you have to do all these puzzles. Obviously, I don't know anything because I haven't seen the game or anything or early access, but that's probably like my take is like, hey, first person, so you can figure out all the different puzzles. Not that you can't do it from a third person perspective, but I think this is more like maybe, like you said, bringing back the older ones. So yeah, pretty interesting to see what they get.
Yeah, so Indiana Jones was probably one of the nice announcements. I know I see some other people talking about this game right here, which is Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. It was one of those titles that got announced and has been something that, honestly, it came a long time ago, back when Microsoft purchased Ninja Theory, and then it was pretty quiet. And then we saw some updates at the Game Awards, specifically when they had the whole group of the musicians basically do a song from there. And then this feels like, hey, it's March this year, like May or March this year. This game is essentially coming out, and this game looks incredible. So,
really
Sarah,
good.
did you get a chance to take a look at this? Like, what did you think of this one?
I did. I don't know much about it, so this was really interesting to take a look yesterday. It looks really good, though. I don't think there was a game yesterday that didn't look
good. Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
And everything was 2024. We have everything that we're seeing. This is Microsoft essentially coming out, because I feel like Microsoft has been responding to people thinking that there weren't a lot of games, and then they came out and said, hey, look, we got 5 incredible titles coming out just this year alone, and I'm sure we will have lots of third-party titles. Like, for instance, I mean, we just had Prince of Persia. We got basically Like a Dragon that's coming out. I mean, there's this. It feels like it's already becoming a stacked year as it is. But for people who don't know, the thing that is super interesting about this game is this game basically deals with mental health, and specifically people who have psychosis and multiple personality disorder and stuff like that. So they actually have a psychiatrist they work with to make sure the experience is real, and that this is what a person who deals with this would actually also deal with. So pretty cool to see that kind of twist and attention to detail in dealing with something like this as well. And I think this game looks phenomenal. Alex, have you ever had a chance to play it?
No, I haven't had a chance to play it. And when I was watching the videos yesterday, I was asking myself, is that like a render video that was actually action gameplay? And it was like, oh my God, it's action gameplay. It's amazing. And the other thing is, like, now I'm really even more interested, because I didn't know the part about the mental health, and definitely having learning more about it and have a better perspective of how people experience that. For some of us that don't, it's definitely, I like it because it opens my mind to see, and it helps me understand it better. So this seems like, I mean, this is also going to be in the top of my list of games to be waiting out for.
I will say, if you have not played the first one, it is worth a play. It is a amazing game. Ninja Theory is known for their motion capture, and this game is no different. It is fantastic. The story is awesome. The environments are great. I think it's cool to see all the Icelandic stuff that they're also going to be doing here, because it's very Nordic, Viking-inspired type title. So if you get a chance, it's pretty cheap. I think it's actually on Game Pass as well, if you're a Game Pass subscriber. So you should definitely go and check it out. The next one I want to talk about really quick was Ara History Untold, which we, Robeytech, in partnership with Microsoft and Blue Horse Studios, did a build for this game. We actually did a Hyperion build as a giveaway in celebration when they basically kind of came out in a big way at Gamescom. And for those of you who don't know, both Alex and I have spent a ton of time playing Civilization 6. So this is a new 4X title from former Firaxis devs who've left to form their own company to go and build a new 4X genre, and this is their foray into it. They talked about continuous support and all that sort of stuff. Alex, did you get a chance to check this one out? Because this game, this is hundreds of hours of our time.
Oh my God. I mean, just looking at how it is and the graphics and everything, and the amount of time that we spent last year playing Civilization, I can easily see this is not a, hey, one more turn. It's like, can I do 3 more turns to see where we go? This looks amazing, man. I really like it. This is, look at that.
I love the thing that they're trying to do is they're saying this is your world, and they want you to feel like you live in it, right? So again, a little bit less in terms of a couple things that were kind of the innovations in the 4X genre was, number one, the fact that there is, like, when we play Civ and you hit in turn, there's a lot of waiting for the AI to do its thing. This game runs real time the entire time. You always have interaction. You can always do things, which is pretty cool. The other thing too is it's not like a tile system. Like the world is meant to feel alive, and so as you play with it, like, it doesn't feel like it's gridded. It feels more like a real active world. And then the other thing too is that they've built a crafting system. So unlike in a game like Civilization 6, what you have in this game is essentially you get materials, just like you would in the real world. And with those materials, as you collect them, you can craft things like the wonders and all that other stuff as well. So lots of innovation here. Maybe, Sarah, this will be the game that gets you into 4X games? I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, I already put it in chat. I'm like, I'm going to be lost for months on this one. I guarantee you. I was watching it, and the title, when they said be the leader you want to be or the ruler you want to be, I was like, that's it. This is the game for me this year.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's other thing too, is that they also said that the victory conditions aren't set. So like, for instance, we just ran that Civ 6 thing. Civ 6, not Civ the other word I just said. Civ 6 thing. And remember, Alex, like how we had to beat it in a certain way. This game lets you develop and win however you want, whether that's economic, military, cultural, etc. Right?
Cultural.
And there is no set way to win. Which I thought was really cool. Now, somebody did ask about mod support. I believe, yes, there is going to be mod support for this. They want to basically make it a good, they do want to make it a good, like, really big active universe in terms of, and something that people can play in. I don't know if mod support launches day one, but I do know that it was something they had talked about in the past. So, any closing thoughts, Alex, before we jump to the next couple games?
Yeah, I really like that there's no, because one of the things that I play with my friends with Civilization is like, we just want to keep on going. We just want to keep on going. Mostly it's like, I just want to obliterate you out of the map, but most of the time it's like, I just want to keep on going to see how far I can get. But, yeah.
Wow, that's rude. That's rude. We're friends. You don't want to obliterate me out of the map.
No. You and I were competing for the culture victory, which you finish amazingly in 8 hours. I'm not gonna say how long it took me, but I finally finished it. But you just like blew through that, and that's mostly because of the chat. That is a hail to the chat, because the chat was like, "I bet Robey cannot finish it faster than Alex." Oh man, you were in a mission.
You guys were saying Alex was gonna win first. I was like, there was no way I'm gonna do that. So I like stayed up that night, went to bed at 4 a.m., literally just got it done and took care of it. So I'm taking care of business, and you will not be beating me in this one either. Okay, a couple other ones I do want to talk about. We'll be a little bit quicker, and then we'll get to our tech demos and obviously talking about PCs. But we love to talk about games because games are such a large part of what inspires people to buy the hardware that we show. So this was a surprise. And this was basically, the Mana series was announced at the Game Awards. Oh, wow. And then when we had the developer direct, we saw 4 titles. And then suddenly there was a guest, and Square Enix announced that this game will also be coming to Xbox. I still hope this also means simultaneous release for PC, because all the other 4 games I mentioned will absolutely be out on PC as part of PC Game Pass. That was in the title. But this one is near and dear to my heart, and this is Visions of Mana. Which is an action RPG game coming from the team at Square Enix. This game has me excited. Like, this has like one of those, I love the art style. I love the combat, especially the fact that you can do aerial magic combat and all that sort of stuff. Sarah, did you get a chance to look at this? Like, what do you think?
I really didn't on this one. There was a few that caught my attention for sure, but I didn't get a chance to look into this one too much.
Look at those graphics. I mean, it looks like you're just playing an anime. I mean, it is an anime, but like you're like...
It's my kind of art style. So what do you think, Alex? I mean, this is like the kind of... I think this is going to be a game...
Jaw-dropping. These are the kind of games that I am not allowed to play, because then you won't see me for weeks. There's a reason I love RPGs, and there's a reason I don't play RPGs, because I'm the guy's like, I need to get that yellow socks that nobody can get, so I can get to the 99%. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna like today's game. I'm just telling you, this game, the game we're playing, Like a Dragon, that we're playing today, it kicks off hard and funny and awesome. So you will see if you like this may be a game that we might have to finish out, but you still need to finish Assassin's Creed. But excited about this game. I think this is going to be cool, and the graphics actually look really, really cute. I think this will be one that we play. This is the problem. It's already January, and there's 4 must-play games already right here. Last game, and we'll hit on it a little bit, and it's not because it's not epic. This is Avowed from Obsidian Entertainment, which is obviously famous for some of my favorite games, including Fallout New Vegas, and then along with oh my gosh, the space RPG game, Spacer's Choice, Outer Worlds. Sorry, Outer Worlds, which was earlier. So anyway, this game looks awesome. But the more I saw this, the more I thought this would be an amazing game for the MetaQuest 3. This looks like a VR awesome title. Not to say that there's not a lot to play this as a single player RPG, and again, they have a lot of combat options. The universe looks great. I don't know, Alex, do you have any thoughts on this?
Oh, sorry, I was with the chat.
No, you're in the chat.
You come in with the pants out, yeah. Yeah, no, this is an interesting one. I haven't seen it or heard about it, so this is something completely new for me. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see it. I mean, the list is so long, and it seems like it's gonna get longer. And it's just I am stressed, man. I am stressed because people are saying Alex, Assassin's Creed is not that long, and I'm like, I only have so many hours.
Oh, is it Robey? I think it's Robey Quagolnia said that this is all in the same universe as Pillars of Eternity. I did not know that. Wow, that is crazy. Okay, so for those who don't know, Pillars of Eternity, game Diablo-esque title, which I mean, they have a new one coming out very, very soon. That's awesome. So again, there's actually a big, robust universe that this is a part of as well. Sarah, not to cut you out, do you have any thoughts on this? Does this look like your kind of game?
It looks really good. It might be a little bit more of a game than I'm ready for. I'm still on the newbie side, but it looks really good. I hadn't heard about it until yesterday, so I'm going to continue to kind of dig into this one.
And for me, I actually don't think that they had a version of this before yesterday. I don't think it was something that they had. I think yesterday was the announce, right? So I'm not entirely sure that this was something that people had known about before. If it wasn't something that I had heard of either. But I may have been mistaken there. It could have absolutely been again. Okay, no, Avowed was announced years ago. Okay, so there you go. So Maiden says no, it was announced years ago. But I mean, honestly, it looks really cool, and pretty excited to give it a go. A couple of people had asked the questions. There is an Outer Worlds 2 in development that has also been announced. We knew that was coming as well. So it looks like there's a couple of games that are coming from Obsidian. One of the things I was disappointed in was no sign of Fable. I thought we'd see some Fable. Specifically, it feels like that's again still been a little bit of a sleeper with our ability to kind of see that. So I was kind of sad not to see any Fable. Obviously, that means no 2024. And the other thing too is I don't know if this is it for 2024. Obviously, we've got May and E3, or what used to be E3, but the E3 announced time frame for another version. So I don't know. What were your thoughts on the games? And then we'll jump over to the Prestige, Alex.
I love the games. There's a lot of games to play. Like we said, Indiana Jones, Ara looks, Ara looks, I can't wait to play with you, Ara. And Divisions of Mana is the graphics. I was blown away. So, I mean, all of them are great. Even Hellblade, because of all the mental health issues, and not issues, but awareness. And how it made me think is is this a render, or this is action live play game? So all of them, I can't wait. There's so many games to play. I need to clone myself. These are pretty cool. I mean, I'm pretty excited. So can't wait to see them and see how they come.
Okay. Well, anyway, so that was the big tech news. I mean, the big game news. Tech news wise, it's been kind of quiet. Obviously, we just came out of CES. And so what we see is a lot of the residual, more deep dive. The other thing I did want to just mention quickly is it looks like the Apple Vision, we finally have people who have Apple Visions. Looks like the feedback is the thing is really heavy. But in terms of graphics and quality, seems to be pretty high. We're gonna try. I mean, it's one of those things we're supposed to still get one, but again, I figured it was worth mentioning because it was a little bit of a tech news thing from there. But let's change the subject a little bit, and let's talk about the main thing for today's show, and that is the MSI 16, the MSI Prestige 16 AI EVO. And so there's a number of these that have essentially come out, and we're going to show them here on the show today. And so, Alex, I think kicking things off, I think the one thing that is about these laptops is this is a brand new architecture for Intel, also known as Meteor Lake. And there is a lot where the stuff that was so exciting from the laptop perspective for Meteor Lake was things like the decode engine and all those other things that create this new level of efficiency for power that give this essentially new laptop from MSI 16 hours of battery life. And that's not just basically sitting there and letting it do idle tasks. That's like 16 hours of usage battery life. We did our testing. We got about 14 hours and so 14 hours of constant office usage and all that sort of stuff in our review testing of this. But tell us about Meteor Lake, because I think someone needs to know, like a lot of people aren't fully brought in when it thinks about this new architecture and what the changes are.
Sure. So let me move down here to the new camera, so I can actually show you the processor. And also I'm going to move the microphone. So hold on. Just bear with me.
It takes a little bit of time. And I like that you're always in the doctor suit now. I appreciate that. Here, let me go to your full screen, Alex, here.
Especially for today. The professor. All right. Let me see if you guys can see. All right. So let's see. Yeah, so this laptop that we have here is the MSI Prestige 16. And we're talking about this little guy over here. Well, here I have other previous processors, previous generations. And just to show you the size. This is actually a 2011 socket. Anyway, some different sockets, different size of processor. This is a 13 Gen desktop processor. And here, you see it. This guy over here, let me try to bring it a little bit closer. There's a little bit of delay. Anyways, this guy over here is, let me go over it, is the Meteor Lake. This is Meteor Lake. And I don't know if you can see, please let me know. Yeah, you can see you can see that this guy is actually divided in different tiles.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can.
Look at that. Okay, so yeah, you can actually see. So you can actually physically see the tilets on the die if you were to send us all copies of this thing that you have in your hand, and you're gonna be doing that, right? Everybody gets one of those.
Yeah, it's just like Oprah, you get one. And as you can see, it's kind of very difficult to get you guys the right thing because it's a mirror, but I don't want to blind you. Anyways, so this processor has 4 different tiles that you can see. So I don't know. Just follow me here. So here in the top, we have the graphics tile here, down here. So the graphics tile is a little bit over here. Then over here, we have the SoC tile. And here we have the core tile, which has all the CPU, GPU, and all the CPUs, all the different CPU cores. And over here, this little thin one is actually all your I/O. So all your SATA, PCIe, Thunderbolt, everything goes over there. So as you can see, we have different tiles. And one of the cool things about having that is that we are able to turn them on and off individually, right? So we can turn it off individually, and that reduces the amount of power that the laptop will consume, therefore saving you battery, which what Robey just said, that on his testing, he was able to get 14 hours on this laptop, actually. So that is pretty neat. Also, there's a lot of cool new things that were moved from the different tiles into the SoC. SoC means system on chip. That actually lowers the power consumption. So for example, for video playback, that usually is on the graphics tile, on the graphics engine, it's moved over to the SoC to do video playback. Also, you have what we call, there is new low power E-cores that also help consume less power. We still have the performance cores and the E-cores on the main tile. So there is a lot of cool different features. Oh yes, and I forgot, we also have within the SoC, we have the neural processing unit, which is one of the 3 different engines that we have within this processor to do AI calculations and computations. So this is pretty neat. As you can see the difference here from this one to this one, this is called a ball grid array, and this is a FPG, oh my God, field grid array. So this is different. This means that this guy is soldered down to your motherboard. This can actually goes into a socket, so you can see different things. It's pretty neat. This one has 2011 pins. This one has 2049, but you can see the space in between them, and it's pretty cool. So really like this about this guy. Let me see, because I'm pretty excited. So yeah, so you can do a playback AI. Oh yes, this guy the graphics comes with XE super sampling. So what it is you can actually play the games at what it does is with some AI and machine learning, you can play the games at a lower resolution, and then brings it up to the higher resolution without taking more of that power and actually being able to have a better experience with playing games. So this is a nifty little guy.
And I think that's kind of the key point right there, right? It's like it's the power efficiency. So a couple of things, just giving you guys some information in terms of, when we talk about wattage, like so when you're basically at idle, and you're just using the system at an idle standpoint, you're looking at about 7.39 watts that thing is essentially using from that. When we were looking at CPU load, we were looking at, on average, CPU load was about 35 watts. And then when we did gaming, which was at the highest, right? And obviously now you have that Intel NUC you're looking at that Intel NUC basically tilet also being on. We were pulling a little bit over 50 watts, which was actually pretty impressive. So again, efficiency-wise, the thing that's about this particular laptop that you're looking at is that this laptop has a 99.9 kilowatt battery battery. So like literally the biggest size you can bring on an airplane. And so that, in terms of, that's what they did. The other thing too that's super crazy about this particular laptop itself is that it only weighs 3 pounds. Like it is ridiculously light. Like ridiculously light in terms of how light the actual laptop itself is. Like to the point where when we did the video on it, Alex, I was like, when I picked it up, I was like, this thing is crazy light in terms of what it can do. And then the other thing too is because of all of these chiplets, not only can you do productivity, you can game on this. I mean, we have, like for instance, we talk about Fortnite. We're going to show you some games running on this, but I mean, Fortnite at 2560 by 1600 was still running at 50 frames per second, and this is on an APU. There's a version of this called the Prestige Studio, which also includes a 40 series NVIDIA GPU, but this one specifically you can game on because of the power of Arc, and then there is a driver coming that's actually supposed to increase performance, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty excited about this laptop, and really like Robey said, the first time we both were shooting a video early last year in LA, and we both grabbed it. I'm like, oh my god, is this for real? We thought it was just a mechanical, and it was like, nope, this is a real one. And they open it and turn it on, and we're like, this is
Alex,
awesome.
you gotta move your mic. You gotta move your mic.
Oh, sorry, noob.
He's got,
there we go.
Guys, this is his first time with multi-camera setup, and so he's learning the ways.
I'm learning.
So give him some grace here as he figures it out. The one thing that is just worth noting, but yeah, I mean, again, you get 50 frames per second in games like Fortnite, and again, what this allows you to do is do a lot of different things. This does have, you do have the P cores and the E cores, so you can even use this for main productivity work. You can use this for calculations. The other thing too is now you can do things with AI work. And one of the things is with the NPU on board here, like you've seen some of that stuff from MSI, and we'll talk a little bit about those features a little bit later on, but there are tools and applets that are on here that were developed from MSI using the NPU to do things like audio isolation, privacy in partnership with their camera system, and also obviously power efficiency and stuff like that. Given all the data that they have around how you use the laptop, they use the NPU to basically tailor the experience for the laptop to work more efficiently in how you use this particular system, right? And so there's a tool there that they have that works with the NPU to be able to do some of that stuff, which is actually pretty cool.
One of the cool things to add to what you were saying, Robey, is this processor has 3 different AI engines. I mean, so it has the built-in GPU that you can actually use.
Yep. Which is what more traditional AI is on a local scale.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you have the NPU, which what it is the NPU is mostly to do those workloads, AI workloads, but at a lower power consumption. So for example, you are doing those amazing Zoom or Teams meetings, and you do that blur in the background. So you cannot see this is fine. But so you blur that, right? So what it's doing is usually that was done by the CPU or by the GPU, which both of those are great for AI workloads, but they will consume a lot of power. So what we did is for the NPU, we'll actually do all that type of workload, but it will consume less power, therefore saving the battery, consuming less energy. So those are pretty cool things. You have 3 options as a developer, as an ISV, to see which, depending on which type of workload you want to do for AI. So for example, if you're doing all this diffusion stuff, then the GPU, that'll be the great GPU, CPU, you can choose. But if you want something that is constant, that is always running, that is always going, then the NP is your guy. And yeah, Robey was putting up some great examples on that.
And here's the deal, though, guys, is that this laptop is not targeted specifically at gamers. In fact, this is Eugene, who was the person we partnered with when we were here with MSI. This is a productivity laptop, but honestly, they had a hard time in terms of how they don't have a hard time in terms of marketing it, but in terms of marketing, this laptop does do it all, right? Like, and that's something that's been unique is technically when we looked at something like versus how Iris gamed and then how you can actually game on this, you can also game, you can also stream. And the other thing too is that because of even things like the decode engine, right? And basically that part of it, you can play video and it uses a separate part of the chiplet, turns the rest of it down. And so if you're going to do Netflix and chill nights with this beautiful screen, which the screen we'll show you here in a second is actually bonkers. And they have both an OLED version and all that sort of stuff as well. It's pretty crazy.
I love the ratio. Sorry, I keep turning because the system is down here. But I love what they did. Like the new aspect ratio of the screen is like so cool. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Robey, to continue what you were saying, they also kind of they had in mind also a little bit more of the content creators, because it does come with an SD slot. It comes with an RJ45 in it and an audio jack, which is awesome. And it has, well, we'll show you in a bit. It has a bunch of, it has some Thunderbolt ports, which actually that's where you plug in to keep the system power on. So
yeah, I'm just kind of walking you guys through so you can kind of see this, but we're actually going to show it. We're going to have him show you a couple things. We're going to obviously show you some gaming on this as well. But the other thing too is, why don't I hand this off to you now, Alex? And why don't you just give him a walkthrough of the ports, and then also we're going to take off the back of this laptop and actually show you guys that is also upgradable as well. So giving you guys the full rundown. So why don't we talk about connectivity, because there are a couple things that are pretty awesome that this laptop comes off. So I'm going to go to full screen on you, Alex, and why don't you you show them, you give them a tour of the laptop if you can. Is that possible? Or do you want me to do
Yeah, it's possible. So let me do first a little bit of me playing Assassin's Creed, because then I want to shut it off and then I can just like
okay, cool. So we'll
rave.
Okay, so are you gonna show the? Is that gonna take over your screen? How are we
Yeah,
doing
we'll
that?
take over our screen. So
Okay,
yeah, don't worry.
So we're gonna show.
You don't
First
have
thing
to
we're
do
gonna kick it
anything.
off with is we're gonna show you guys some Assassin's Creed gameplay, just to give you an idea of what gaming is like on a system like this.
Do not judge the player. Do not judge the player.
I will judge the player. I will absolutely judge the player. So this is Assassin's Creed Mirage playing on this Intel Arc APU. So this is specifically, to be super clear, and this APU is similar to what they have in things like the MSI Claw, but this is at a higher resolution, obviously, when we're talking about at the resolution of 2560 by 1600. So this is actually pretty impressive in terms of what you're seeing from the performance here. And again, this is not a gaming laptop, but this is showing you can game on this laptop and in a meaningful way. So, and then Alex, what we see right now is you playing from the. We're not seeing your
from the
screen
laptop.
right now.
Just to I just want to make sure that that I am playing from the laptop, not from my other system. So this, hey, it's Donkey. Want to get some waffles? Let's get some waffles. Any people like Shrek? I love Shrek.
And the other thing that's worth noting, right, which, I mean, I do want to bring this up too as well, is the cost of this laptop, because, while you're seeing this play, I think the other thing too is like when you think about a laptop, and we'll talk about materials and stuff here in a few minutes, you might be saying, oh, well, obviously then this thing is probably, incredibly experienced, but really when, looking at it all up, like if we were just to basically check on Newegg right now or Best Buy, this laptop is $13.99. That's with the Core Ultra 7, 32 gigs of RAM, and a 1 terabyte SSD in the Stellar Gray. Or you can actually just pick up the one with the 4060 if you wanted to have a discrete GPU and improve the gameplay performance you're seeing here. That's $18.99. Or you can go all the way up to a 4070 and the 4070 version is actually on sale right now at $22.99. But the version that you're seeing right now from that Alex is playing with, which is the Intel Arc graphics, this one is $13.99. So this is a just like 400 over $1,000. And then you're seeing what the performance and everything is. It's 32 gigs of RAM. You know, in terms of, you still have that 99.9 kilowatt hour battery life. You still also have the screen and everything else all built into this as well.
All right, so I hope you guys can see. Yeah.
So Frank, you will hear gameplay later on. This is just to show you guys performance and stuff in a real world scenario. This is not. It's not a game. This isn't a gameplay. The gameplay section will happen later on. This is just to show you guys how it performs. Don't worry, we'll get there. This is just again showing you. So walk us through it, Alex.
So here we have as you can see, we have the HDMI port. We have your regular USB port, and then we have 2 Thunderbolt ports here on the side, which is pretty neat. Here we have your RJ45, which is not there because I took the bottom half, so you guys can see it in a minute. This is your SD slot SD card slot, and here's your jack, your audio jack. Yay, audio jack. And here's the fan. So look at this. Wow. Here is, and let me get this guy. Let me get this actually a little.
Yeah, and the thing that was worth, guys, it's really worth mentioning, you have an HDMI port on the back and you have an RJ45 on the side. So this is
on the side, yes.
Full size. You essentially have the full size jacks for both HDMI. You don't have to have the dumb dongle, right? Like, so I have, like, for instance, and it's not, I mean, not everybody, right? But usually, like, when I carry around like my Lenovo Legion or whatever it was, you have to have a dongle essentially like this that you plug in there. But on the MSI, and you can actually see it plugged in right here, it actually just uses, you just can plug in an RJ45 and be fully networked, which is actually pretty cool.
Awesome. Thank you, Robey. All right, so as you can see here, I have placed the processor that I have where it actually goes. So you can see both heat pipes coming in through here to cool down the processor. Here's your fan. The cool thing that you have here is it is pretty easy to upgrade if you want another SSD. Here you have your another SSD slot, your M.2s right here. This is the current one that we have. And then here is your Wi-Fi, which I thought was pretty neat. Here's your Wi-Fi. These are the 2 antennas that go out to your Wi-Fi. And here you can see this big plug over here. It spells out 99.9 watt hour battery, which is pretty cool. And this is the heaviest part. One thing that I actually saw was pretty cool as soon as I opened this was there is a daughter board right here. So the actual motherboard is just this part right here. And they have this little daughter board, which is actually the RJ45 and the SD card reader, the audio jack, and some LEDs telling you about battery and power. And they're connected, I think it is, don't quote me on this, through this ribbon cable, which I think it is a PCI Express port that it goes through to the board. So I thought that was pretty awesome. For those who really want to geek out, this is where you go to the Cone battery, which is your real-time clock, which makes pretty much turn on your computer, and connection to your battery power. It is pretty awesome. I think this is I'm not sure, so I'm not gonna say it, but I think this might be the connection to the monitor, but I'm not quite, or the keyboard. I think it's the keyboard. Anyway, so this is pretty cool, pretty light. I really like this computer. I took it around actually traveling through, I was on vacation over December and it was traveling all over with me, and it was awesome because it was so light and it was so powerful, and I actually get to play. Oh, it's not break.
So somebody asked, is the memory upgradable? It is not. Memory is soldered on, but you can see that it has that dedicated slot right there for a second NVMe SSD, so which is very easy. And then you said taking off the back, Alex, was how many screws? And then it's like what took, like, you know, in a couple tools.
Yeah, so you can see here I have my little screw map because I'm a little OCD. So you can see we have 8 screws. So that's how they come on. There's 2, there's 3, and there's 3 on the top. So 2, 3, 3. And the instrument that I have in my hand, which is to pry it open, you just have to be patient and careful because you don't want to, destroy any of the lids or of the lips.
that actually attached to it. But it was pretty straightforward. Oh yes, I forgot. Before you take off the lid, you have to put a clip through here to touch this button right here for 4 seconds. And that's pretty much telling your battery to turn off, not to power the motherboard at all. You probably saw me doing that as soon as I turn it over. So that there's no power here because you don't want to short anything here. So you just hold that for 4 seconds, and then you're good to go through a clip. It took me like 10. I think it was longer me looking for a clip in my house than taking this apart. But yeah, I love it. I think it is a really, really nice system.
And it's important to note. Alejandro and I actually Alex and I got a chance to go to Newegg and got to see this laptop. And then Alex, you actually purchased this laptop. This is your laptop.
Yes, this is mine. This is mine. I own this laptop.
Yeah, so that's worth mentioning right there. Is that he spent his own money on this particular laptop, so that tells you something. So somebody was saying, "Hey, Robey, are you telling me that you are essentially playing this and you're running it on integrated graphics?" Yes, we are running this on integrated graphics. Here you go. This is the brand new game that we just got. This is Enter the Dragon, running at 1200 by 1600 on an Intel on the MSI. This does not have integrated graphics. This is the exact same one that Alex has, and you can see it's running actually quite well. And like I said, this is a game that comes out on January 25th. So it's running at low, obviously, but because Intel Arc supports XeSS, this is where AI and upscaling ends up creating this opportunity for laptops that seem to be at one point in time couldn't play, now can absolutely play games without an issue. You know what I mean? Which is actually pretty cool. So yes, this is running on an integrated graphics card or integrated graphics chip. And so was Assassin's Creed. So we wanted to show you a couple games, and I can also show you Prince of Persia, but we wanted to show you a couple games actually running on the system so you can see what the performance is like. So okay, so a couple other things that are worth mentioning, right? So we talked a little bit about obviously all the different ports and everything that are actually on this laptop, and he showed those on. There's a couple questions I saw. Somebody asked, is it foldable, the port? So I will actually just give you a zoom in here so you can actually see the port a little bit better over here on this one. So I'll pop this out. So this is actually just kind of giving you guys another view here. So the RJ45, somebody had a question about that. So the RJ45 does have that little part that pops down, but it's not as gratuitous as the other one. So it's not a full one. Yes, there is still a moving piece there. So just to be aware. And then because he had taken the back off, I did want to show you the venting. Now this has been running a game, and then in terms of temperature and stuff like that, we can actually show you that. So if you want to see what cool is. So this is what the temperature was. I mean, when this is running a game, so we'll give you an idea of what it looks like with, here you go. So if you guys want to see what temps are like, if you can actually use this laptop on your lap, here's our Fluke Thermal Imager.
Ooh, that's a cool little gadget.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we try to give you guys like the full rundown, right? So you guys can see the whole thing. There you go. So here it is right here, loading.
Gotta love Robey with the toys.
So that's your hardest part. It's running at 44 degrees Celsius. So there, obviously you can see where the warmness is. But for the most part, it's distributing heat. But even from a touch standpoint, you're seeing me touching the hottest part, and it's not super, like I can hold my hand there. It's not burning my hand. And then again, you can see where the fans are and everything else. And then just showing you from the top here when it's running. So in terms of it's warm there, but again, you can just put your hand there, but it's just giving you an idea what temps are like and where the warm spots are, even on the laptop itself. So not bad at all in terms of overall and all that sort of stuff, but just giving you a good idea of what what essentially the power and stuff is, and where the heat kind of parts on, which I think is important, right? Like you want to know that, right? Yes, you can use this on your lap, and it does work. So.
It's beautiful.
It is. It actually is beautiful. And then the last thing, which was actually pretty crazy, is Alex, do you want to talk about the materials? So they did a bunch of military-grade testing on this actual laptop to make sure that it lasts, which I thought was actually super interesting.
The reason I'm laughing is because we had this conversation off camera when we were shooting the video. Oh,
yeah, which is crazy, right?
Oh,
So it's like, you know,
yeah.
again, one of the things that they said specifically was, you know, these are laptops. They're meant to, you know, that people are going to throw them around and use them and all that sort of stuff. And so they wanted to make sure that they would survive, you know, the overall usage that essentially goes in there. So it's a magnesium alloy. It's a magnesium alloy chassis. It did go through dust. It did go through drop tests. It went through a lot of testing in terms of making sure that overall that it would last through wear and tear. It does, and it's worth noting this when you look at the whole thing. It does actually pick up some thumbprints. We were able to just clean it off very easily with using a microfiber cloth, which actually worked really well, but that'll give you a better idea. You can obviously see here at the bottom where it's actually using, actually you can see kind of the fingerprints there a little bit from the bottom overall. And then, yeah, like I said, dude, the lightness of this is absolutely crazy. Now, the one thing we haven't talked about yet, and Alex, I'd love to get your thoughts on this, is also the fact that this is an Intel EVO laptop. And Intel EVO
Yes.
actually means something more than just the fact that when you open it, it immediately turns on. Do you want to talk a little bit about the Intel EVO platform and what that is?
Yeah, we can definitely talk about the EVO. Actually, you and I, because you have done so much of the EVO stuff,
Right.
you have covered so much that, yeah. So what it is, EVO is actually a set of specifications that Intel and partners come up with, right? To make sure that the users, so you guys, and me too, have the best experience that you can have from a laptop. So from immediate turning on, to great quality on the graphics, to battery life, to actually thickness. There's actually how thick that laptop can be in order to meet the EVO quality standards. So the EVO quality standards, or the EVO standards, are really, really high, and just to ensure you know that when you see a laptop with the EVO sticker, it's the top, or is it really, you're gonna get some of the best laptops out there. That is actually tested by the manufacturer to make sure that the EVO qualifications are met, and then it's sent over to Intel to double check on all the different standards. So it goes from immediate on to make sure that, I think right now it's Wi-Fi 7,
Yep.
the thickness, Thunderbolts, and a bunch of other stuff that you have to qualify for. So
and
it is.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. No, please.
So somebody asked, is there a 16-inch version of this? Yes, I do. I'm sorry, a 17-inch version. I don't know. The one that we're talking about specifically is this EVO. There are other Prestige laptops, but I think for this particular one, this currently only is in 16-inch. There are some other ones coming out, but I don't know specifics on the details of that. For the EVO, we actually have an entire video that we did that talks about Intel EVO. And here's the thing that's so great about Intel EVO, which I do appreciate, and is that it essentially takes, to simplify it, it takes the guesswork out of buying a laptop. What it means is that both Intel and the company have certified that this laptop meets certain standards, right? So one of the things that I don't like about buying laptops is that when I go, say for instance, to any local retailer and I look for any laptop, and it could be, there's a ton of different things. The screen might not be as bright as I expect. The keyboard might be a little bit shoddy. I don't know what kind of connectivity, whether it's upgradable. So basically they literally have hundreds of standards that these laptops have to set to, with not only just basically the fact that it's instant on, you also have certain web camera, you have to have a certain web camera level, you have to have a certain keyboard type, it has to have a certain battery life, it has to weigh under a certain weight, and it's all depending on which version. So for gaming laptops or ultrabooks or the different tiers, there are different requirements depending on what kind of laptop you are. So what essentially it just means is it's almost like the Nintendo seal of quality from way back in the day, that if I was going to go and purchase a laptop and I saw that on there, then I know that it was certified, and that for the most part the user experience is it's guaranteed by both the company and also by Intel. So it just makes it a lot easier for you to know that, hey, I'm going to get something that's pretty high quality. And the standards are updated pretty every year. So it's not like this is Intel EVO is the same standard it was 4 years ago. They basically, it's now, it has to have Wi-Fi 6E was what it was before, and now it has Wi-Fi 7. So there's a bunch of stuff that goes in there, which is actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, as technology changes, you want to keep it up to date. And there's also specific, in its joint, so there's a bunch of stuff coming in together that try to provide the best experience. So that's what EVO means. And I can understand a little bit of the confusion out there, but that's what it is. It's when you see a sticker, it doesn't mean a processor. It means a bunch of different specifications that need to be met, and these specifications set the bar pretty high on what a laptop should be. So you'll be looking like, usually the EVOs are the ones that are your top of the line or pretty close to the top of the line of the systems.
So I did see a question. The touchpad is, just showing you when you get an idea. The overall touchpad size is massive comparatively. So you're looking here, we have like an Origin. And then again, for this one, a very, very productivity focused in terms of the side of the touchpad. For the most part, like the glide is actually really nice. It doesn't have like that stickiness. Even the materials, it's like more like a glass on this one. Keyboard wise, it's not too clicky. It's actually very, very quiet. The keyboards have a nice evenness to them. They're almost tactile in terms of, you can definitely tell when you've pushed a button, which is actually kind of nice. And I've used this laptop for about 35 hours, both in gaming and then productivity tasks. And the keyboard's actually really nice. The other thing too is it's a nice full-size type keyboard. The arrow keys are kind of weird, but for the most part, the keys themselves are all the right sizes. So moving from something like a standard keyboard to something like this actually feels nice and even, which is actually pretty cool.
I do like that it has the numeric pad on the side. This is just a pet peeve for me because for example, for me, yes, the keyboard's in English, but I also write a lot in Spanish. So I know the ASCII number for the other letters that are not missing. Well, not missing, but that they're actually used in Spanish from tildes to the N with the little squiggly on the top. So to me, you just go and I got it. I know there's other ways that you can set your keyboard to Spanish, but that's just easier. But one of the reasons I like that, having that notepad there.
Now, Oregon, a couple people were asking about I have not, so here's the deal. In using it, which I've used both, I'm like some people. I definitely have a secondary mouse I have a tendency to use when I'm planted, but in a pinch, I definitely use the trackpad as much as I can. When I have done the trackpad, I have never noticed activating the trackpad on accident when typing or do their other things. So it does feel like they have a really good sensor for when it's a palm or when it's an indistinct touch versus a intentional touch, which is actually pretty good. The other thing too is I also wanted to mention that it was worth noting was some of the applications that they've added, because the other thing too is that there's a lot of security focused work on this. Now the first one,
yes.
I don't know if you showed this with your top down here, but there is actually up here at the top, there is an array of cameras up here. And one of these is a proximity sensor. I'm trying to get it in there, but I've also got it plugged in. It's also got a proximity sensor that's up at the front as well. And that proximity sensor works with AI to essentially detect when somebody has walked into your space. So say, for instance, you're working on a sensitive document. What it'll actually do is blur the screen so that way people who aren't supposed to be looking at your screen can't see the materials you're using, which is actually really neat. The other thing too is they also have included an array of microphones that they also use in conjunction to the MPU and AI to do noise canceling. So even beyond the noise canceling you might have traditionally done, they're using the MPU to do a better job so you get crystal clear audio even in noisier locations. Now these are things that we have tested. They do work. They don't seem, again, is it an amazing use of the MPU? Not necessarily, but the other thing too is these are the things that people are starting to get in and use more to basically power. And something that's unique to, obviously, Meter Lake is that you have access to something to run stuff like this locally as well. And then they also have a Kensington lock that you can use so your $1,300 laptop doesn't walk away. So there's a couple things that are actually pretty cool, which are even beyond what you would typically see on, say, a gaming laptop that they've included on the productivity focused laptop like this.
Yes, it's
So-
funny. The Kensington key to me is such a big thing. To me, it's a big thing because I've done so many events, like have so many demos and showcasing so many laptops in my history. And when I'll go there, I was like, oh, Kensington key will be great because sometimes those computers grow legs. So, yeah, to me, it's like I know it doesn't mean much, but to me, it's like yes, just like the audio jack and the RJ45.
Yeah, so again, very impressive laptop. Now that we've kind of shown you, I think we've done the full thing. I'm going to make sure, I don't know, Sarah,
Yeah,
I
let's
don't know if
double
you're
check the
following
notes.
along. I'm going to just verify that there's nothing we have missed. We talked about software. We talked about ARC. Yes, I do want to talk about ARC. There's one other thing I did want to mention about ARC is one thing that I actually am pretty excited about as well, and we've seen this one example already, was the MSI Claw, is that the amount of updates that we have seen in performance, like you've seen games where we are playing games on this laptop, specifically Ubisoft and Like a Dragon, that the performance runs well, but they're not done. We've already seen like the MSI Claw, which also uses Meteor Lake and the integrated ARC graphics chip. They saw almost double the performance with the software, the driver update that they did there, and I expect this performance to actually get better as well. And we have an update coming, very, very soon
Yes.
for Intel Arc. So that's something else that I do want to mention is that Intel Arc is like a fine wine that seems to continually be better, getting better. Obviously, it was a brand new platform that is starting to mature. I know Battle Mage is somewhere out in the future, and we're excited about that. But the other thing, too, is if you are to pick up this, even what you're seeing now will get better over time as they improve with the drivers, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else.
I mean, the other stuff was like playback at 8K, 60 frames per second, not using. I mean, from the it's a bunch of. I mean, I can give all the specs, all the stuff, but it's pretty cool. I think we cover a lot of the major things, so I thought is awesome.
And then in terms of what Battle Mage, I have no idea, guys. That's not. Yeah, I was just saying that it's something that obviously we've talked about that we know is coming. This is not a episode to talk about Battle Mage. Sorry, we have no announcements today. Sarah, do you want to play the heartbeat right now? Because that's where Sarah's like, wait, what?
No, I think it's more of a clear. Hold on.
Hey.
Charging.
Everybody was laughing because my dog was barking right as you were talking about it automatically, like, the spatial recognition and that kind of stuff. And I was like, boy, do I need that right now. So.
Yeah, because the dog's being a little bit crazy. So anyway, that is, the other thing too that's also nice about Intel EVO is that because of Intel EVO, you need to be able to charge it on any one of the USB-C ports, so you don't have to plug it into the side. You can choose any Intel EVO, any one of the USB-C ports, and USB-C charger. It has to be universal, so it no matter what, if you have a USB, you can plug it in with USB-C, and it will charge the PC, which is actually also pretty cool. So something nice there. Guys, questions. I feel like we've talked for a good almost 30 minutes, 40 minutes on this thing. And we want to make sure you get your answers if you wanted to know more about this laptop. Because honestly, I will say if you ever get a chance to go get your hands on it, you will be impressed with how light it is and the durability, and then just how good the screen is. That's the one thing that's always hard to show on a stream is just how clean and good the screen actually is. It has a nice sheen to it. It's very bright. It's just a beauty, and it does a great job with colors, which is also really nice. So gaming on it is really awesome. So. Okay, wow, people are all on Battle Mage now. I know.
It's like, as much as I love to talk to you guys about Battle Mage, we're gonna have to wait a little bit on that. But yes.
Okay, so we're just seeing if anybody else has got any questions. Thanks, I'll be here all week. Nice, Lock it. I like that. So the naming of this is running the Core Ultra 5, or is it the Core Ultra? The Core Ultra, what's the I think it's the Core Ultra 5. What is this one running? Do you remember off the top of your head?
Yes, it is the Intel Core 7 155H.
Okay, so it's Intel Core Ultra 7. My bad. It's not the 5. It's the Intel Core Ultra 7 with Intel Arc graphics. It's a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD in stellar gray, not boring gray, stellar gray, and you can get it for $1399.99. If you're watching on YouTube, you can just head down, look in the description. We have links to all of the different versions of this, both this with the, and also the discrete GPU versions, the 4060 and the 4070. And we are going to be testing those as well, so we have a full review coming out on Robeytech of all of these laptops. But all in all, from the initial review stuff, this will review very, very well because of just the amount of, I don't know, flexibility that this laptop provides, which is actually pretty crazy.
Guys,
Okay,
sorry.
let's bring that up. Somebody wanted to know how dark it gets. Well, I should hit the right button. So in terms of darkness, like how dark does the screen get? It actually gets pretty dark. So if you're worried about being blinded, here you go. That's the darkest essentially it gets. So you can actually see right there, it's pretty dark. And then when you go to brightness, we'll turn it up in terms of brightness. Here's the peak brightness. So there's your brightness right there. So that's at its brightest, and then this is at its darkest. So hopefully that answers your question on that thing. Any other questions that you see? Anybody else?
Yes, dad joke, Robey.
Oh, dad joke.
That's what. Yes.
Someone broke into my house last night and stole my limbo trophy. How low can you go?
You just had that one dialed up?
Yeah, it was ready. It was ready. So it's always, I love the dad, that button. So thank you, Igor, for basically getting me that dad joke button. I love that thing so that screen's so dark it needs a Snyder cut. I like that a lot. Somebody asked the nits. I'll bring up the nits in terms of just specifications. So in terms of screen, I'm trying to see if I can find it. I remember him saying it, but I don't want to misconnect it. So there's two versions. There's a 2560 by 1600 IPS, and then they have a 16-inch UHD, which is their OLED. So they have a QHD Plus, an IPS UHD one, and a OLED. The 2560 by 1600 one that we have, I'm looking for the nits. See if I can find it. I can't. I'll see if I can get that information. I don't have it off the top of my head. It's pretty bright though, but I don't know for sure. Sorry, I don't have an answer to that question. Okay. It doesn't. I don't see any other questions, guys. So it sounds like we are getting ready to begin the game. I feel like it's gaming time, right? So I think that's where we're kind of at right now, right? So I want to say, first and foremost, a huge shout out to MSI for providing us with the laptop. Obviously, a huge shout out to the Intel team for giving us Alex so we can talk about things like Meteor Lake and stuff like that. Guys, again, if you have feedback, if there's something that we can show on these laptops that are better, like if you guys want to, if there's something that would make these little segments when we talk about them that much better, please make sure you give us feedback over at discord.gg/Intel and let us know what we can do to improve these. What we're trying to do, and some of the feedback we got from last year was really about giving you guys deep dives into tech and gear that you guys may potentially care about. So the only way that we continue to improve is by giving your feedback. And again, we take that feedback into account. That doesn't necessarily mean we're going to make a change because we use surveys and other things to also get data, but we'd love to know what you think. But all in all, what were your thoughts on the laptop? Overall, were you impressed? What are the colors available? It's only in the gray right now. I don't think. But do you game, bro? I don't know if we game. So JC, we actually did show the internals, and we showed how to do the NVMe SSD install and all that stuff a little bit earlier. So we did actually do that. Yes. And we also showed you thermal performance as well. So we had all that stuff too. Yeah.
Sometimes, actually, depending on the laptop, it's easy to take apart, or sometimes it's very convoluted. For some laptops that I've taken apart, actually, you have to take in the keyboard and finding the script. It's definitely a process. But for those that we can actually easily and quickly take off and show you guys and pull it apart, I think we'll be more than happy to show you guys that.
Yeah, I can actually, if you guys want, one question that somebody did say is the BIOS. So let me see if I'll see if I can get into it real quick. So we'll try. The one thing that is, well, luckily I have the GoPro, so we'll be able to show that. But I'm gonna try and get into the BIOS here. See if we can get into it. It's restarting. And the one thing is, like, I will say, some of these BIOSes are actually pretty cool. Like the Lenovo Legion one is actually pretty hot. Okay, so, yep, so I'm in the BIOS. You cannot see it, so I will go to our remote camera here, so you guys can see it here. So if somebody wanted to see what the BIOS look like. So here's our BIOS. So in advance, what we have is you can see that it's got some pretty minimal stuff there. I'm trying to see if it doesn't look like there's anything for overclocking, so you have hyper-threading. You could allow BIOS downgrade if you wanted to go to an older BIOS if you wanted to do that. If it needs to do a firmware update, it can do that as well. And it looks like you can actually do your BIOS update from right here on the actual BIOS screen as well. Boots, you can do fast boot. You can disable the MSI screen. It looks like you have a number of boot options as well. And then security, you can obviously do your trusted computing, I/O, and all that sort of stuff. So not a ton like what we've seen on some of the game ones, but given this is productivity focused, I'm not surprised. And then you have obviously your system information, and here's all the system stuff that we have right here. So there's your Core Ultra 7, 15155H, and you can see all the speeds and memory and all that sort of stuff as well. So pretty simple BIOS, nothing too crazy, but that if you guys want to see it, that's what it was. So. Cool. Try and give you what
awesome,
you
Robey.
want.
Thank you for showing that.
And you shall receive. Am I right? There you go.
Yeah. Sorry, we're just going through the chat. If you see me going like this, is because
we're just trying to make sure that there's nothing else that I see. Okay, cool. Well, then let us. So, Alex, are we prepared for what's happening today?
What is happening today, sir?
I'm talking about. Do we have a crazy costume? Like, how much time do you need?
We do have a costume, though. Finding the hair for Ichiban-san, it was very difficult. So I still did my best, and let you guys be the judges of that. So I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. And at the same time, I'm just going to make sure. I felt like we were missing something here, so I'm going to go to game capture here, which is currently saying no video, but let me switch this out and get ready for gameplay. Okay, Alex is dying. That sounded bad.
Yeah, it didn't sound great.
It didn't. I'm like genuinely concerned now. Alex may have died, guys. Alex may be dead. All right, so let's get here. I think you guys are seeing it. Oh, I got to restart the PC. That's good. So we're going to restart real quick. I'm going to come over here and get ready. I'm also going to stop the music because I want us to be able to enjoy what we're you guys want to hear the sound, right? So we're gonna stop the music there and then go from there. So it needed to restart real quick so we can get this going and get it up. What is going on, guys? Trying to make sure I can see my chat still. Yeah, everybody always. I feel like maybe we're gonna have a version of the show where all we do is just show Alex's cosplay. I don't even know if I even need to be on the show anymore.
It'll be the many faces of Alex.
Yeah, I feel like there's a calendar that we need to make a calendar of this. I feel like that's the next evolution is when we actually have a calendar of all of his cosplay.
Can you imagine after a couple of years there'd be like a daily tear-off, just with an emoji every day?
Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool. And there's like a color of the month, or there's a cosplay of the month and all that sort of stuff as well. Okay, let's put it down here. Display settings. We're going to go to duplicate. There you
52
go.
weeks of Alex.
All right, I'm waiting for him to tell us when he's ready.
Almost there. Keep going.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I just need to know when I'm going full screen to give everybody the full experience, you know?
I do think folks are right that his Hitman one, I think,
That one was good.
yeah, that one took me by surprise.
I think it took everybody by surprise. But the other thing too is it was like the perfect role for him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's kind
And
of
the
cheating.
raised eyebrow. I mean, come on.
It's just cloud out of date because I played on the other one. Okay, let's. I'm gonna change the thing here to actually match. Okay, and just as everybody is aware, this is a mature rated game. So if you're like, again, I just want to make sure that you know that this is mature rated. So if you need to step away, please do so.
Okay, Robey, I think I'm ready for my close-up.
Okay, he's ready for his close-up. Here we go, guys. Here comes Alex. I don't know what to expect.
Oh, let's see, let's see.
I got the chain.
I'm delayed. Oh, nice.
You look good.
It's good.
I think you look great.
It was I wish the wig is the one that does it, and I couldn't. Well, I did find it, but it was like $100, and it was gonna take a while to get back here. So
It was too good.
it was too good, but I mean, we're just getting started. So let's see what happens next. But
We're just getting started. I like it. Okay, guys, so I just want you to be prepared because honestly, this game, I was not ready for how this game, like, I get excited. I get excited about tech. I get excited about games. I was not ready for how cool this game actually is, right? And that's nothing against, other games we've played, but I'm going to start over from the beginning because honestly, the beginning really kind of kicks it off in like the best way. And so we'll start over. We're going to start a new game because it's just worth you guys seeing it from the get-go because it's just that good. So let's get going. So I'm going to just make sure my settings are good. We're going to run 1440. VSync on. I'll just turn it off. That's fine. That's fine. Off. Okay, we'll turn it off. I'll put it up to unlimited. Advanced settings. We have it on high. Everything render anti-aliasing is.
if it takes me longer to reply to the chat, is because I took my glasses off and now I can't see as well. What is
Robey,
that?
can you turn the game audio down just a smidge?
Yes, I can.
What I'm
Yep.
hearing?
All right, let me turn down the game. I guess it's too loud. Sorry, guys. Too awesome game sound. How's that? Is that better?
I think we're good.
Okay, we're good.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're gonna get started here. Okay, so we're going to new game.
Robey, how long is it going to take? I need to go get my perm done. Look this good. Take some time.
Mind the road now. There are dogs that are loose around here.
We're out here awfully late.
True, but I'd say the meeting was worth it. With all the homeless around these days, there's no shortage of mouths to feed. And tonight marks a big step forward in solving that.
I suppose you're right. But dear, I did want to talk about price.
What happened? Someone's out there.
So quiet. Oh, because I can't hear the music. Okay, that makes sense. You guys are so quiet.
Are we finished?
This guy is like the best.
Time for your reward.
Time for your reward.
It wouldn't. Yes, it wouldn't be our show, the Intel Live show, if we didn't have any sound issues. Yes, that's our signature. That's the signature right there.
What's
That
the
or
sound
background
problem?
noises.
Is there more? Is there no? Now it's too quiet. Well, you guys. I asked.
It's like my niece. I don't want it. I want it. I don't want it. I want it. I don't want it.
Is that better? Is audio good now?
Hey, just how long is this gonna take? Oh, I'll be done any second. Just need to give this a once over. And that should do it. Your resume's in good hands, Sasaki.
A little bit more.
My name
Okay.
is Ichiban Kasuga, and finding you work is my work. Now, let's get you something good.
I love the text and stuff.
Yeah, let's. Big celebrity ought to have big
Is that better?
connections. I wouldn't say that. Really no big deal.
Oh, I'll fix the out of sync here in a sec. I just need to know if the audio is good. I will fix the out of
So,
sync.
What kind of work you got for me, Kasuga-san? Well, before that, Sasaki-san. It says here you work for Mirage Industries. Yeah, that's what it says on the paper. To my knowledge, Mirage Industries is a front company that processes
I'll do a
waste
touch
for
more and then I'll fix
syndicate
the
called
audio sync
Hiwatashi
issue.
Clan. All their employees are Yakuza. Hey, you know your stuff. It also says here that you were let go from your position there. If I'm not mistaken, down after the Hiwatashi clan disbanded last month. Is that
Oh,
correct?
sorry. Oh, so this has the Japanese like old movies.
What about
Yeah.
it?
Don't be.
Taking into account that you worked at Mirage
I think it's
Industries,
cool. Ah, there it is.
the fact that you have quite an intricate.
Yes.
Can I assume
Sorry,
that
sorry.
you're an ex-Yakuza who just recently
It's
got
the
out
small
of the trade?
things that make
You're
me very
telling me
excited.
that matters?
You'll need to indicate that on
Does
your
the
resume.
how's the volume now, guys, of the
Listen,
game?
buddy, what I did or didn't do before coming here is my own business.
At the very least, it's information your employer deserves to know.
Come on. How about you drop the silly little act already, eh, Kasuga-san? You think I haven't heard the rumors?
Rumors? About what?
Okay, good.
About
Okay.
you finding good work for ex-Yakuza, like me. Those rumors. People from all over have been calling you a savior.
Afraid I don't know what you mean.
I gotta say, man, this
Regular
wig
guy
thing
in
is
a
an art.
regular job.
I'll get it eventually.
Thought I told you to cut the crap. I don't have time for games here.
All right then, let's start by rewriting your resume. Do you have any special qualifications you can list? They'll help you cast a wider net when...
What I say, knock that humble servant shit off.
if I can ask you to please keep your voice down, loud noises might be disturbing to the other customers. Sasaki-san, our job is to find the ideal match for both our customers and
Wow,
our business
Huntawar, thank you for the
partners.
10 gifted subs, man. Appreciate
However,
it.
with your behavior today, I doubt you'll be getting a job anytime soon. You may have left the Yakuza, but it hasn't left you. I have no jobs to offer you at this time. I'll have to ask you to leave.
You bastard!
I'll turn motion blur.
You got
Guys,
more
wow.
to say?
Damn it! Some help you turned out to be. Wasting my goddamn time!
No, this is on a 4090.
Apologies for the disturbance, everyone. We should be okay now. Next customer, please come to counter 4.
That's like every time Alex walks into a space, that's what they
thanks.
do. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, yeah.
Your chat is so
We did
ahead of
sh-
mine.
We did show Intel. We did show Intel Arc. We did show this running on Intel Arc earlier. Yes.
Nice work today, Kasuga-san. You okay after all that?
Oh, yeah. It was no sweat. Didn't mean to make a scene. Sorry about that.
Oh, not at all. I just feel bad you have to put up with all that. Sorry to place it on you.
It's all good. Really, I'm just happy I can make myself useful. It's the least I can do. Especially after you guys
And
bothered
this
to take
is
me in.
Guys, this is an RPG. So again,
Wow.
that's a couple things.
You really
active
are
battle
the
system.
hero
You guys are
of
going to see a
Yokohama.
lot of this stuff.
We're glad to have
here
you
in a minute.
around.
Before we
Yeah,
get
well,
too
you don't have
far,
to call me that.
when you get to
Why
a
not?
pause spot in the story,
You
I'll have,
exposed the crimes of both
Sarah
the
give you an
governor
update on
and
the
the
game.
police department.
So
You're a
she's
man
got all
of
the
the people.
info.
It's really too much. Besides, that
For
was a
one
while
more.
ago.
Well, we're proud just to share a workplace with you. You ought to be proud of yourself too, Kasuga-san.
Hey, I appreciate the kind words. Anyway, I'm heading out for the day. I'll see you later, yeah?
This game is actually really awesome. I'm like excited to play it because of like just the battle system in and of itself. I love. Okay, so here we are. So you actually see us. This is the game. Now we're actually in gameplay. But before we go too far, Sarah, you want to talk a little bit about the game itself and the little tidbits we have?
Sure. So this game, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, is the latest game of the Yakuza series. So we've got two protagonists, kind of the larger-than-life heroes brought together by the hand of fate and perhaps something more sinister. So Ichiban Kasuga is the unstoppable underdog who's no stranger to crawling up from rock bottom. And Kasuma Kiru is a broken man facing down his last days.
Yeah, you guys want motion blur is off. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so we got motion blur off now. So, and again, this is part of a series as well, which I like. It's never been a series that I have like wanted to play before, but now that I've played the little bit I've played of this one, like I'm actually genuinely excited to maybe potentially check out. Now, one of the things is that if you look around the city, like what I did, the way they have like their drops, yeah, like here it is. So there's like, here's how you get your drops. They're always like money cases. Do you see that? Look at that, Alex. Is that how you store
That
your
is
stuff?
really nice.
So
Oh.
here's your burn ointment.
Nice. This is like a spy's, like, you know, the chalk marks the spot to pick up the stuff.
Well, it sounds like people want me to. Okay, so I'm going to change it to. Because I think you can't. I think you can do.
So
Somebody said that you can
So are
switch
you-
it to the Japanese.
you're still in Japan, right? On the storyline, you're still in
Yeah, yeah.
Japan. Okay. I mean, it's not not a spoiler alert if I said that.
Oh, here it is, audio
eventually
language.
have
Okay,
to
so we'll
go.
set it to Japanese. Oh, great, I have to restart the game. Okay, I can skip through the intro, though.
Everybody says, "Arigatou gozaimasu." We're switching
Everybody
over to
says,
Japanese.
"Do itashimashite." Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay, here we go. So I want to go to new game. There we go. So I'll skip through the intro, but now it's in Japanese. You'll have to pay attention to the subtitles. Oh, it's on the wrong camera. Sorry, I'll fix that here in a sec, guys. I'm gonna fix my camera because I've disappeared for some reason. Sorry.
This is the invisible cloak from Robey that he just started using. The latest from CES to know the technology.
Mind the road
Exactly.
now. There are dogs on the loose around here.
We're out here awfully late.
True, but I'd say the meeting was
Wait, why
worth
is it not Japanese?
With all the homeless around these days, there's no shortage of mouths to feed. And tonight marks a big step
I
forward
said it to
in
Japanese. You
solving
saw
that.
me.
De,
Oh, there you go.
どんな仕事回してくれんだい春日さんよ。
その前に佐々木さん、室井興産にお勤めだったとのことですが。
そう書いてあんじゃねえかよ。
Okay, so now we are now in
室井これ
the.
は
なあ、
でそのこと
あ、そこ
れ
あんた
なだで何かおまだおつあ
Oh, look, he did his hair. I mean, look.
So this is called Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth, and it comes out on January 25th, and it's really awesome. I just got to get through I got to get through this to get us back where we were.
And eventually, he looks like this when he makes it later onto the game.
お疲れ様春日さん。
So guys, just a heads up for those of you that have been lucky enough to win any game keys today. We actually will not be distributing them until this goes live. So those game keys will be distributed on the 26th for our lucky winners today.
Okay, now we are back to where we were. Okay, we're now in Japanese. I gotta make sure I get all my cases. Oh, he says,
How many
don't go
cases?
that way.
Do you know how many cases, or you just said go get all the cases?
I'm just gonna go get these cases that I saw. That's all. Gotta get the cases, but wait till you see the. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for what's happening. What's about to happen, guys? The fights are so good, and then you can buy drinks. The combat is so good, Alex. You're gonna love this game. I'm just letting you know. Be prepared. I like how people left all these cases everywhere.
I'm a little worried if you ever find a cupcake in this game. I don't know what you're gonna do with that cupcake. You find on the cupcake.
You're gonna put it in a steel case. I found a silver plate for my cupcake already.
I'm a little cupcake. Oh no, that's a teapot, not a cupcake.
I'm a little
Yeah.
cupcake. Wow, that's unique.
Well, I was gonna say short and sprout, but that's the teapot. So.
I'm a little cupcake, short and stout. This is my frosting.
Cherry. There we go. This is my more frosting. Okay, here we go. Gotta get this one. Okay, here we go. It's about to happen.
まだ用があんのかい佐々木さんよ。
Oh,
な
it's
ん
going
だ
down.
バレてたのか。さすがだな。いやーさっきは悪かったよ。俺も空気読めてなかった。
な？
金だろ？いや噂には聞いてたんだ。駆け込み寺っつってもただじゃねえってことは。ほら、5万でいいんだろ？今日は船でちょいと儲けてよ。しかし一軒で5万だ。あんたもいい忍びじゃねえか。羨ましいぜ。
なんか勘違いしてるみてえだな。俺はそんなんじゃねえよ。
ああ 待てや。
Now you can use this game to learn the curse
こ
words
れ
in
じゃ足りね
Japanese.
えってのか。いくら打者仕事回してくれんだ。
元坊5年上皇。あんたもそれで干上がってる口だろ。ヤクザが足洗った後に待ってる地獄の5年間だ。口座も作れなきゃボロアパートすら借りられねえ。スマホの契約なんてもってのほか保険にすら。
Yeah, that's actually a good question. How many games do you know, Sarah? How many games were before this one?
めったにありゃしねえ。
そこまで分かってんならさっさと。
Nine.
大水
Nine?
戸東上会の
Nine?
さんで
Really?
世間に放り出された連
Pines,
中
are you
が
pulling our legs or is that
1、2、
real,
3、
for real
4、
nine?
5、6、7、8、9、
それをあぶくぜに一つで何とかしてくれだ。笑わせんな。世の中そんなに甘かねえよ。
9。Reach you need you start you see you go.
こんな説教聞きに来たんじゃねえんだよ。
Oh, so wait, 6 plus the size
Twan.
Twan. Now I'm confused. So maybe Twan is just, you know, pulling our leg.
てめえこんな野
Twan and I
郎。
are gonna have to have a conversation.
いい加減にしろ。さっさ
Oh,
とその
6.
金
Okay,
拾って
6 plus
消えろ。
1 side story.
かっこつけ
So
てんじゃね
Yakuza
0.
0, Yakuza 1 through 6, Like a Dragon, Gaiden, Gaiden, and then now this one.
え。やめやがって。
さっさと始めようぜ。
Here we go, guys. This is the best.
仕方ねえ。
That one?
So it's
頭
RPG.
冷やしてもらうぜ。
Look at these. It's so good. Now check this out.
Oh! It is like, oh! Yes!
Dude, he suplexed him.
This is awesome.
It's
And,
so
and,
good.
and when I heard, one of the things that they have doing this is that you can actually move while in the battle, like it's your character, but you guys know better than me, so you guys let me know.
Oh my gosh. It's so
Oh,
good.
I gotta
Is
do
that
that.
not so good?
Are you not entertained? This is awesome.
I know.
Oh.
くっせえ。一丁れが台無しだぜこりゃ。どこだ。あともう1万。お、当たった。
何やってんだあいつ。
よっしゃ
Look at what is on his head, guys.
ー。お、危なかったな。金なら無事だぜ。
Oh my god. Is that a pink bow?
Yeah, that's
この匂い。
That is awesome. Not Ichiban, he's so hot right now.
ほらよ。なけなしの5万だったんだろ。
なあ、マジでガセなのか。いろんなやつからあんたの話を聞いたんだ。5万であんたが仕事を回してくれるって。
Yeah, that's the thing I've heard about these games is that they kept all the
ヤクザ
humor.
から
Like
足洗った連中に
it's
仕事を
charming.
斡旋してる。そんで5万つったらあれだな。
That's nice, man. When you stay true to
去
your
年そのうち
roots.
の一人から
I mean, you
5
can
万
say
受け取って
true to your roots and do a little bit of
Yeah,
change and all
yeah,
stuff, but yeah, it's
でもそれ
pretty
は
cool.
斡旋
'Cause,
料じゃねえ。
I mean, for a reason, you have that fan, you have built that fan, fan what? They call that. Alright, the English escapes me.
そいつに斡旋したのが医薬品メーカ
The
ーか
fan
らの
base.
仕事
You
だ
have
な。
built that fan base. I mean,
いわゆる転売
that's what
対
makes
策って
the
やつ。
game big. So you want to stray
マスクに
true
風
to
邪
it,
薬
but
に
still
消毒液。
Exactly.
bring
人
some
の
new
弱みに
things.
漬け込んで買い占める
Like
連
your
中が
wig.
一時期大
You
量
gotta
に
stay
いた
true
だ
to
ろう。
yourself. I think that's how your
そ
hair
う
would
いう
have
奴
grown
ら
out.
が
I
ネ
don't
ッ
know.
トに
Sarah,
出
what do you
品
think?
した物を
I think that's how his
偽
hair
の
would
入
have
札で
grown.
ご破産にするってしょ。
Funny fact, my
Curly?
dad is actually curly.
そんな仕
My
事
dad
があ
has
るの
curly
か。
hair.
See?
かな
I
りグ
told
レー
you.
な仕事だけどな。
I think, dude, you
メ
would
ー
have
カー
been
にと
so
っても
fly in the
転売屋は
60s.
毒にしかならねえ。そこで偽の入札って話になるんだが、そいつをやるにはどうしたってスマホがいる。 けど元ヤクザはスマホを契約できね
Sorry, this game is actually
だか
like
らあんたが代わりに
legit.
契約を
I am very excited,
え。ね。
and I
もっとま
to
っとう
play
な
more
職
of
が見
this
つかる
game.
までのその場しのぎだけどな。今みんな必死に歯食いしばってんだ。あんたみてえに恩着せがましくあぶくぜに押し付けてくるだけのやつに回す仕事はねえ。
なんだよ。
仇の世界に戻るってのは。
You know, this is a great way to learn another
俺だっ
language.
てあん
Like
た
to
と
learn
同じ
Japanese.
元ヤクザだ。
Yeah, I love
その苦労
Japanese.
は嫌ってほ
I
ど
know, I know some, but my wife, sorry, my sister is fluent.
それでもまっとうに這い上がろうって覚悟があんたにあんなら。
That's awesome.
もし本当にその気があんなら。
But if you're new, you can start with the is Like a Dragon. This Like a Dragon looks
さ
awesome.
っきあんた
Oh,
So
yeah,
yeah,
the one
for-
before this
for
was
like-
also good.
必死に
Pandorian
なって
Gray says.
集めてくれた
Not
So for like
the
Robey
way.
and I, who are new to this, should we start with like a dragon and then come into this, or where does it
で
go
も
from
違
there?
った俺なんつうかあれを見て初めて自分が情けなくなった俺は今まで人生をサボってきたんだって気づいちまった頼むお願いします俺やり直してんだ
I
力
love
貸
this.
してく
I
ださい
just love the culture. Like it's all just so well
わかっ
done.
た。でも土下座はよしてくれ。
Who's
やり直すのはあく
this
ま
is
で
an
佐々木さ
ignorant
ん。
question, of course.
Anta
Who's
なん
the
だよ。
publisher? Who's the developer of this game?
俺ができるのは手助けだけ
What's
だ
that? You know,
もちろん全力でやらしてもらうけどな。
ありがとうございます
それじゃあ明日もう一遍ハロワに来てくれ。
RGG
こいつ
Studio.
はそのための軍資金だ。
Nice.
こいつをど
What'd
う
you say,
使
Sarah?
う
Sorry.
か。もう
He
間
asked
違え
who
る
the
んじゃねえ
publisher
ぜ。
was.
Yeah, RGG Studio.
はい
さて飯でも
I just
食う
like
か
that he like dived in to save the dude's money, and he probably smells pretty funky. So for those who don't know, I lived in Japan for 7 years, so I actually grew up there. So I also, do you see like the Uber Eats? So they've obviously paid for the.
Yeah, in the back. Yeah, Uber Eats right there. Top right.
There we go. Look at this. Look at this intro. Alex, we need an intro like this.
Yes. No. Next time we're together, we should shoot something like that.
Yeah. What? Yeah. I need to learn how to say what is your zip tie count in Japanese. Yeah, it does have a Cowboy Bebop intro type vibe, but I'm digging the vibe of this game all up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Cowboy Bebop is pretty awesome. So I wouldn't do that as a down. I love Cowboy Bebop.
What's up, Figment?
Pretty cool anime.
If somebody wants to make me and Alex, an intro like this, we should absolutely do this. Maybe we should call it Skiro to
I should be. My new name will be Kenji.
You know, if Alex had the right glasses and a mustache on, he could pass for 80s Weird Al Yankovic right now.
You know this
Not wrong. Not wrong.
this wig it comes with a mustache. You know that.
今日も一
Just
日
to let you guys know.
頑張るか
Oh.
I see your brain going, Sarah. I see your brain turning. I see the wheels turning.
Alex, when you wake up every morning, do you do the same thing that he just did?
Yes. I do. Well, so to answer the question, your first question, I wake up with this every morning and I do the same thing except on the weekend.
Oh, then you
All the
sleep.
other days I do the same thing. The weekend I usually catch up on my sleep. On the weekdays, there's no rest for the wicked. Yeah.
That's a weird place to put bananas. I'm guessing the reminiscing. He's about to do the reminiscing. I think the reminiscing is to catch you up on the story.
Yeah, because yeah, that's good actually. Because for me and you, that we haven't seen the story, so that's good.
Here we go. Let's reminisce. Here we're gonna get the 411, guys. Masumi Arakawa.
There you go. That's me. Weird Al. I should just go get a mustache and glasses, and we got 2 emojis. 2 for 1.
Oh, he says it's not fulfilling though. Oh man, he almost killed himself. Oh, I have a feeling Kumi's coming back. He's got to go give it his all at the office today. I have to say, dude, he's rocking the man ponytail.
The man bun. Yeah.
Looking pretty good, dude.
I mean, I'm a little envious.
I am. Well, you always are envious.
When it comes to hair, yes. Especially in winter. Especially in winter, man. It's a little chilly.
Oh, we got, what is this? This is probably storage. You can store things. Yep.
Oh, look at the bathtub. Yes. No need no stinking jacuzzi.
Must be kind of cold outside. Nice little place upstairs, you know?
I mean, in Japan, that's baller. I guess space there
Dude,
is...
if he lived above a karaoke, like a karaoke bar, that would be pretty awesome. The guy's just looking good, buddy.
Man, KTV is a lot of fun. KTV is a lot of fun.
Like, you know, I'm just saying, they recognize the game. Everybody knows me here.
I mean, you're probably a hero there.
I mean, I'm pretty amazing. Found the knife shop working hard today. Hey. Okay, I recognize where I'm at now. Oh. Let me get this though. Some cold medicine in case she's sick. Oh no!
お、浜子さんじゃねえか。どうしたい？
おお、一番か。久しぶりだね。
Dude, her jacket's pretty. I mean, that whole outfit's something. That's a lot of color.
Are those
中身は大して変わってねえけどな。それより転んだのか。
ああ、さっきまで夜通し飲んでてね。ちょっと。
I'm capping off the night. Dude, this lady is a party lady.
Wow. That's definitely the get up.
I hope
the leopard print, the purple socks.
Should I tell her to eat? You know what? I'm not gonna boss her around. I mean, she's kind of old, so I'm gonna be like respectful. I'm gonna limit her children.
Well, she's an elder, right? And the culture is to be very respectful. I mean, most of the cultures are respectful to the elders, but.
こんなん日常茶飯事だしね。唾つけときゃ治る。
唾じゃ治らねえよ。
She's the next cosplay for Alex.
Don't give any ideas to Robey, please. Do not give any more ideas. I mean, I was already called Al Yankovic with my current getup. Jerry Curl in the house. In the poets. I got my soul flow right here. Soul glow. Is it soul glow? Soul glow. Coming to man.
開けるってのは当たり前じゃないんだ。分かってんだろ。
分かってるよ。 ちゃんと病院行けよ。
ああ、心配ありがとよ。
Okay, so you can looks like you can basically increase your. Look at passion is fire.
Ooh. Is the other one smarts? The one that looks like? Oh no, that's health. Like you're like it sounds like this. Is that health?
I'm gonna be kind. I'm gonna be a kind Yakuza. Gotta get to work, guys. I don't want to get in trouble.
Well, you know what? That is not a bad idea, Yoshi. We auction my wigs. I'm starting to have the collection of wigs, though. I'm gonna keep them for a while because
you never know.
Exactly. So actually, I already have this big plastic receptacle with a lot of customs, and actually, there's one in there that I haven't used. And I don't know if I get to, but we'll figure it out. It's a funny one.
Okay, that guy's like apparently I'm a rock star. Sugi-san.
Hey.
I'm a positive energy. This guy's awesome. Okay, let's go get to work. Here we go.
それじゃあ面接頑張って行ってきてください。次の方どうぞ。
Dodger, I believe so. I don't think it's been announced, but I believe so, yes.
おかけください。履歴書はお持ちですか？
Ooh, cosplay for Tekken 8. That'll be an interesting one.
Dude, their resumes. Look at those resumes, man. Can you read that, Alex? I don't know what it says.
Yes.
というのは
Yeah, there we go. Pretty clear.
です。時計とか化粧品と
Poor
か
guy wants to
手
like.
頃な大きさで高値のものなら何でも盗んでました。ダチが盗品の横流しをやってたんで、物はそいつに買い取ってもらって。
なるほど。
やっぱり難しいですか？
Oh, poor guy.
一つ伺っていいですか？
あ、はい。
この履歴書に懲罰の欄は
You know, sometimes life just comes at you hard.
なぜ前科のことまで記載されたんです？
自分のしでかしたことだからです。それを隠してもし仕事もらえたとしても、いずれバレて相手に迷惑かけちまうかもしれない。
Look at this guy being honest.
まっとうに人生やり直すにはそれじゃダメだって思ったんです。
立派なお考えだと思います。
Wow, that is a great way to think about it.
そんな佐々木さんにご紹介したいお仕事がございます。
Robey,
Murdering
what do you
people.
どんな仕事ですか？
一言で言えば万引きです。
Oh, he's got a job at shoplifting. Where did you get that job?
Question is, what does he has to shoplift?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. Like, when? Sarah, do you have another job on shoplifting?
I mean, I have other jobs, but I can't tell you about it because then we'll miss you, Robey.
I'm guessing he like tells them what he did. That guy's very good at shoplifting.
I was
See?
talking on mute. Hey, Robey, before we run out of time, were you going to drop a giveaway on your channel?
Oh, yes, I will. Here in a sec. I want to see all the shoplifting, Sarah.
It is pretty impressive.
Oh, now we're going to the
Is it a high
expensive.
place? A high.
Yeah, high couture.
あ、
High
すみま
couture
せん。
place.
ちょっとこれ見せてもらっていいですか？かしこまりました。
Dude, I look
Oh,
like
they're
I'm
working together. They're a team.
Oh, she's
It's like
watching.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Dude, he's about to take the. He just
ど
took
う
the
ぞ
pink wallet.
こちらになります。良さそうじゃない？ねえ。
いいけど映画始まっちゃうからまた今度にしよう。
あ、もうそんな時間？
What about the camera? Was
ごめ
she
んな
able
さい。
to win the camera?
いえ。またのお越しをお待ちしております。
I mean, does a fake hand plaza backpack? Yeah, there's a camera out there.
She's gonna
Yeah,
go look to
just
see
been
if it
wrong.
got stolen.
Yep.
お待たせしました。
どうだった？
指定のものは一通り。他にも高額なものをいくつかゲットしてきました。
そいつは上出来じゃねえか。
That's
The characters look great.
I want. Can he give me the number of
I'm
his
gonna
tailor?
start. I'm gonna start the giveaway here, guys, real quick. I'm hating that I'm missing this, but it's so good. Okay, so that's
サ
always a
ン
good
グラ
sign,
スが
right?
一つに化粧品が3点、
yes.
それに財布にコンドームと。
早い話。どの店も
Oh,
陳
see,
列棚の配置
he
が四角
finds
だらけなんで
he
すよ。
finds holes.
まあ今時こんなダミーの腕で偽装するやつなんていませんけどね。
Okay, guys, if you want to join, we're gonna start the giveaway on my
こいつら
channel
見
here
つ
in
かった
just a
ら言い
second.
逃れできませんし。だから最近はチームを組むのがトレンドですね。壁役、監視役、注意を引きつける役、そして盗む役。それくらい役割を分ける連中もいますね。
Yeah. Lindsay
コ
Lohan
ス
and
トを
Winona
避けて
Ryder.
も安全を取る方針か。まあ確かにバレたらおしまいだからな。
お疲れ様でした。お先に失礼しますね。
お疲れ様でした。またよろしくお願いします。
どうもお世話になりました。
いいえ。万引きの手伝いなんて初めてだったからドキドキしちゃった。
That is the one-off man.
じゃあお疲れ様でした。
どうも。だからお前は手伝いが欲しいって言ったのか。
ええ、二人組になるだけでだいぶやりやすくなりますから。それにあのおばさん、芝居もどうに言ってましたよ。
エキストラって名目で募集かけたんだ。それが良かったみてえだな。それにしてもおめえ、さすがの知識と手際だな。恐れ入ったぜ。しかし、最後に回ってもらったブランドショップ。あそこは相当セキュリティに金かけてたはずなんだがな。
Okay, we'll do exclamation point Sega. Sega. 2 minutes on mine. If you want to get in on that, starting right now. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth up for grabs. One going right now. 2 minutes, guys.
Right meow.
はい。
Right now.
店によってはカメラがダミーの場合もあるんですが、あの店はちゃんと本物が稼働してました。それに客が俺たちだけだったので、店員も俺の方をずっと見ていた。ですが、レジ上にあったカメラ、あれだけ実は少し下に向いていたんです。だからあのカメラだけは店内を見渡せていなかった。レジを集中的に監視したかったからなのか、それとも単純に設置ミスか。何にせよ、そのおかげで店内に死角は生まれていたんです。
Like watching a soap opera. I mean, it is. Well, that means that it has a great story.
あとは
Or a good story. I mean, that they took the time to write a character arc and evolve the play, the character and player and all this stuff. You know, this is good, man. And there's a lot of thought behind it, and that's what makes that game great.
すべて後の祭り
I mean, not
というわ
trying
け
to
です。
throw any shade
一
on
回
Pac-Man.
店に入っただけでそこまで観察して実行に移したのか。大したもんだ。
感心するのは俺の方ですよ。まさかこんな職業があったなんて。
Oh, it's less story, more headshots.
日本で1日に万引きされる総額は12億円とも言われている。小売店にとっちゃ店を潰すほどの死活問題。 なのに多くの経営者がカメラと警備員さえ置けば万引きがなくなると思ってる。
間違ってますね。カメラや警備員を増やすとそれまでなかった死角も浮かび上がってくる。盗む方からすれば余計にやりやすく
I
なる
can't
場合
believe
もあ
it.
る
It
んで
is
す。
2 o'clock.
No, no, it's not.
I know.
Your clock is wrong. It's all wrong. It's all wrong. Your clock is broken. You see? Your clock is broken, Sarah. It's okay.
We're letting the giveaway finish here in just a minute, and
結
then
果
we'll
は
call
こ
it.
のありさま。
セキュリティの欠陥はレポートにまとめて経営者に提出する。
So I wonder what happens if he gets caught.
依頼された調査自体は一旦完了だが、実はさらなる
Huh,
ビジネスチャンス
I wonder
が
if
この
that it's
先
part
に。
like you have that Y on the road for the story,
いわゆるコンサルってのに食い込むんだ。
or maybe this early
店
in the
舗と
story
契
you
約して
have to like
防
I
犯
don't
カメラ
know.
の位置を
Obviously,
指
I
導した
don't
り
know.
優秀な警備会社を紹介したりな。
I'm kind of digging the curls.
I
Maybe
got
I'll
こ
40
の
45
ビジネ
seconds,
スが
guys.
軌道に乗れば、
be
そ
able
う
to
これね
警備会社も立ち上
Robey,
げ
do
よ
you
う
want
と
to give
考
him an
えてて
idea
な
as to what's coming up next week?
調
Yeah.
査、コンサル、警備までを一手
And
に
I'll
引
stop
き
playing
受
this
ける
game and
グ
actually
ル
do
ー
my
プ
job.
企業が目標ってわけ
So,
だ。
anyway, guys, what is coming up next week is next week we're going to be taking a look at I think it's a 14.7 build, right? Yes, 14.7 with a 4070 Super. So just showing you guys inside of the Montech King. So it's a case that you guys have kind of asked us to check out and show off. So we're going to be showing you guys the Montech King, talking about the 14700K, and then giving you guys some ideas of performance. We'll also be checking out the new Prince of Persia game, which I know a lot of people have been really excited about. It came out yesterday. We're going to have game codes that we're going to be giving away of that as well. So it should be a really awesome time. Plus, we got some light game news and all those other things. But I really do hope that you have enjoyed. Congratulations to Dorian the Critic, who won over on my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We really do want to make sure that you guys have fun. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. I saw 150 people here hanging out on Twitch here at Robeytech. We have a ton of people watching over on Twitter. And then obviously, we have more hanging out at Intel, and of course, those of you guys over at Discord as well. So really appreciate all of you guys tuning in. We are back. Anything else that I missed, Sarah, before I say goodbye?
No, I think that's it. Nice builds, more gameplay.
And
More
next,
great
and
things to
next
come.
week we'll have some Alex gameplay as well. We're working on that. As not only will he's not only going to be a pretty face, but he's going to be a member of the gameplay team. Anyway, guys, that is it for us for this week here on Intel Live. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.